I made the most that I've ever made trading this year, and I had a decision to make. Do I continue trading or do I stop? But for you to understand the gravity of this decision, I have to take you back to the beginning of the year. So let's go back to January of 2025. In December, I had made a vision board, and one of the things on my vision board was I wanted to have $100,000 a month in the year of 2025. Had I ever done $100,000 in a month from trading before? Absolutely not. But I'm a big advocate for when you put something on your vision board, you need to write down the steps that it will take you to achieve that goal. So what did I do? I put my goal on my vision board, but I also outlined all of the things that I felt like I needed to do to be able to actually achieve that. And in January of 2025, I had my first $100,000 month. Crazy, isn't it? I sat at my desk because I didn't believe it was real. I was like, girl, did you just do what you put on your vision board in the first month of the year? If I check everything off my vision board in quarter one, what else is there gonna be for me to do? But that's how it was looking. It was looking like I was gonna achieve all of the goals that I had set for myself in quarter one. And I did not have a problem with that. I assure you I did not. This was a goal that I had in the back of my mind from I quit my job 2 years ago. Not necessarily for the fact of I had $100,000 a month, but to prove to myself that I was capable of actually making stable income from this. I was capable of pushing myself. So I literally just followed all of the things that I did in January, in February, in March. And those were also good months for me. Were they $100,000 months? No. Everything seemed to be going well. I was making the me who quit their job to take a leap of faith on trading so proud. And then April happened. I got into a car accident and everything changed in an instant. One moment I was having the best trading year I had ever had, and the next moment I'm sitting in my car shaking, trying to come to terms with what just happened. Physically, I was not okay. I had herniated disc and pain in my lower back that just would not go away. It made sitting at my desk so hard, and mentally I also wasn't okay. My anxiety was through the roof. I couldn't focus, I couldn't sleep. Trading requires clarity, it requires a calm mind, and I didn't have that anymore. So I had to make a decision. Do I keep pushing even though it feels like I need to take a break, or do I scale back and give myself space to heal? I chose to scale back. I was still trading and I still had my mentees to show up for, but I wasn't taking the same size trades, the same size that allowed me to have that $100,000 month. I was risking $200 on a trade, $500 on a trade, as compared to the $3,000 that I was risking before. My risk got tiny, but I also wasn't pushing for big wins. It's kind of like I was just trying to weather the storm. I knew I wasn't okay. April, May, June, July, August. I suffered all of those months. 5 months of me showing up and being there, but not fully being there. I was going to therapy multiple times a week, and when I say therapy, I'm talking physical therapy, as well as I was going to a psychologist for the mental injuries that I had sustained. I had to accept that this is the reality of my current circumstance. I hated it, but it was out of my control. And one thing that I really leaned on this year is let go and let God. I couldn't control the fact that I was in a car accident because she hit me. And honestly, it was so hard, y'all. It was so hard. It's one thing to say that you're gonna let God handle it, and another thing to actually let God handle it. I felt like I was letting my family down, my mentees down, and myself, honestly. But one thing that I had to tell myself was I wasn't failing, I was surviving, and that's all that I can do in this moment. Fast forward to quarter four, things started getting better. By quarter four, physical therapy was working. I wasn't in as much pain. Going to my psychologist was working as well. And I was able to work through some of the things that were causing me anxiety. For me, when I first started trading, I suffered with anxiety a lot because you never know how a trade's gonna play out. And when I got into that car accident, I felt that anxiety come back. I was so anxious getting into a trade. Is this gonna be a winner? Is this gonna be a loser? Like, that was something that I really had to work through with my therapist. And I can't stress this enough, therapy saved me so much, y'all. Like, I don't think that I would have got through what I went through without therapy. My focus came back, my clarity came back, and I felt like I was trading like I was at the beginning of the year again. And with that, my confidence also came back. I started taking larger trades again. I'm putting $3,000 in a trade, $5,000 in a trade, $6,000 in a trade. Not recklessly, but intentionally following the confidence that I had now built back. I have a video of a trade that I took in November. I made $19,000 in 15 seconds. 15 seconds. I was on a trip to Colorado. I was in my hotel room trading, and even I was shocked. But that moment reminded me of all of the things that I had went to get back to that mental fortitude, but also why I actually started doing this in the first place. You're gonna have highs and lows, but what's important is that you continue to show up. Show up scared, show up frightened, show up emotional, show up apprehensive. So things were finally coming together for me in October and November. I felt like I was myself again. And then I had to make the hardest decision of the year. Here's the thing. I have a rule that I set 3 years ago, and that is no trading in December. So even though November was incredible, even though I was on a hot streak, even though I was finally feeling like myself again, I had a decision to make. Do I keep going? Do I ride the momentum? Do I keep trading and end the year on a massive high? Or do I stop? Do I honor the rule that I I made 3 years ago. But to understand that, we have to understand why I made the rule in the first place. Because why did Lakira say that she won't trade in December? In 2022, I was on a mission to quit my job. I started my account with $10,000, and I told myself that one of the things that I needed to happen for me to quit my job was to take my $10,000 and turn it into $100,000. So that was my main goal. So I started in July of 2022, and by the end of November 2022, my account was at $90,000. I was so close. I was literally like $10,000 away from my goal. I remember thinking, okay girl, make that $10,000 before the end of the year and you be good. December had rolled around and I knew I would be traveling because I spend Christmas with my family every year. I don't play about the holidays. I'm not spending them alone. I'm finna spend them with my family. But I knew I was spending time with my family in December and I was traveling. But I also had this goal that I felt like I was so close to. I convinced myself that I could hit this goal before the end of December. Even though I'm spending time with family, even though I'm traveling, you could do it, girl. You could do it. $10,000, that's cake. So I rushed it. One day in December, I went into a trade super heavy with the goal of trying to make $10,000 in one day, and I lost $10,000. I was no longer $10,000 away from my goal. I was now $20,000 away from my goal. And it's December, and I'm spending time with my family. It's not good. $10,000 is the most money that I have ever lost in a day. I was traumatized, and I cried. When I say I cried, I boohoo cried. I was so close to my goal, and I literally watched it get farther away from me in a span of one day because of one reckless mistake. Trading isn't quick money, and if you treat it like that, you are gonna liquidate your account. And I learned that the hard way. But I told myself right then, I'm done. I'm not about to revenge trade to try to make this money back in December. I'm just gonna call it what it is and try again in the new year. I did eventually get my account to $100,000, but I hit it like February, March of 2023, which was also hard because when I came back, my confidence had taken such a hit. I was so scared to mess something up again, so I started really slow when I came back in January. And that's when I made the rule, no trading in December, ever. Reason number one, I am always with my family. And when I'm with my family, I like to be 100% present in the moment. And when you're trying to focus on one thing fully and also focus on the other thing fully, that leads you to not be present in either. And that split focus leads to bad decisions. You're either trading with a clear mind or you're gambling. And when I'm trying to balance family time with trading, I do both of them poorly. And ultimately, that led to me having a really sad Christmas. You know what it's like to go into Christmas knowing that you're down $10,000 that you lost in one day? I don't want no presents. I don't feel like eating. I have no appetite. I don't want food. I want my money back. Reason number two that I don't trade in December is end of year fatigue. By December, I've been trading all year. Days are shorter, my brain is tired, I'm not as fresh as I was in January. And if my brain isn't sharp, I won't be trading sharp, my setups won't be as good, I'll be forcing things or seeing things that aren't even there. I'll be like, oh yeah, this is a good setup, and then I'll go and look back at it 2 days later, and I'm like, girl, what was you even seeing? The market in December is weird. I don't care what anybody says, it's weird. The volume is low, some days are good, some days are choppy. Like, I'm already fatigued. I've been doing this all year. And reason number three, and this is like a big one, you need a break. I need a break. We all need a break. Trading is a skill that, if done right, gives you your freedom back, gives you your time back. It gives you the ability to make money without having to clock into a job, sit at a desk for 40 hours a week. If you're constantly stressed about your next trade, you're not free. You're just working another job. It's not about how much money you can make today. It's about whether you're going to be sustainable and trading 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I pay myself a salary from my trading profit because this is a business. You don't have to spend everything that you make. You build a cushion so that you can comfortably take breaks without having to worry about anything. When I take December off, I'm not worried about my bills. But that's because I've planned for it, I've saved for it, I've budgeted for it. Whether you're trading, whether you have a job, whatever it is, burnout kills careers. And don't think that you cannot get burnt out from trading. You absolutely can. I don't want that to be me. And I don't want that to be you either. As you can see by me being in the beach in the Bahamas, I stopped trading completely for the entire month of December. I'm here in the Bahamas right now, spending the holidays with my family, and we've done so many fun things. We went to Eleuthera, one of the prettiest islands in the Bahamas, because I grew up in Nassau. But Eleuthera is tea. It's tea. It eats. And the entire time I was here, I did not think about trading, not once. I still talk to my mentees. We still keep each other updated. And they've been taking some great setups in December, but never once did I feel like I was missing out on something. This time is so valued to me. These experiences are so valued to me. I didn't get into trading so that I could sit at the screen for 12 hours a day. I did not. That's not my ministry. Trading is not the goal. Freedom is the goal. Trading is just a tool to get me to my freedom. But just in case you don't feel what I feel, let me show you.
You also got to show them the straw you can bite it.
This has been so needed after a year of consistently trading, just to have this time to breathe, enjoy, and relax. Because the money will be there, the markets will be there, but this time, these memories and these experiences that I was able to experience with my family, they will not always be there. That poses a question that I think is very important for us as traders to ask ourselves. Are you trading to make money, or are you trading to have freedom? Because if you're trading to have freedom, you need a break. I love you all so much. I hope that all of the desires of your heart you are able to achieve, and I will see you all next week for another video.